Cancórla, first of all, can I join the Taoiseach and Deputy Kenny in congratulating Senator Obama on his election as President of the United States, and indeed to welcome the promise of a more multilateral approach towards foreign policy by the United States. And indeed, I think it's interesting as we look across the Atlantic at the celebrations that have been taking place in cities and streets across the United States, what a sense of renewal and fresh hope a change of government can bring to a country. Can I? Time
to go, boys.
And George Bush was only there for 8 years. In just over 10 minutes' time at Cancórla, the Central Statistics Office will publish the latest figures for unemployment. When they published them last month, they showed that there were over 240,000 people on the live register, an increase of 80,000 on the same month the previous year. The latest figures we have got from the Department of Enterprise, Trade and Employment tell us that there were over 32,000 notified redundancies to that department in the past year. Rising unemployment is the single biggest economic problem that this country now faces. Rising unemployment is contributing hugely to the problem in the public finances. Every additional person who becomes unemployed is one less worker paying tax to the state and one more household drawing social welfare and related benefits. And that's before we come to count the social and personal cost of unemployment. Now, I have two questions for you, Taoiseach. Firstly, will you tell the House what is the total figure for unemployment, the total number on the live register, which will be published and announced by the Central Statistics Office in 10 minutes' time? Secondly, when I asked you in September as to what initiatives the government have taken to deal with the unemployment problem, you couldn't point to a single initiative that your government had taken over the entire summer period. So I want to ask you again today, can you tell us any specific initiatives that your government has taken or is taking to halt the slide in unemployment and to put people back to work? Well, first of all, the figure of 252,000 unemployed is a shocking figure. That is almost 100,000 more people out of work than this time last year. It's a really shocking figure and a really shocking level of job losses. 2,000 jobs being lost per week over the course of the past year. And Taoiseach, your response of a kind of business as usual, you know, that there'll be false courses and that you're continuing with the economic policies of the government, that's the most frightening thing of all. Because continuing the economic policies of the government that have landed us with 100,000 extra people unemployed over the course of the last year is the problem. The only thing that your budget did for people who are unemployed was make it harder for them to get the job seekers benefit. Your government, it seems to me, has abandoned people who are losing their jobs and has turned its back on people who are unemployed. People who are losing their jobs in the Irish economy today don't want the dole, they want work. They don't want to be on a false course, they want to be in a job. And my question to you is not about the false courses, not about the kind of generalised statement and response that you've given. I've asked you specifically, what initiatives are you taking to get people back to work? Because the concerns that people have who are losing their jobs is about when they're going to be back at work. They want work. And people who are in employment want some sense that they're not going to lose their jobs. And frankly, they're not getting that from your government.